Following the success of last year's event, the Global Birdfair is back. It's Global Birdfair 2025 and it's bigger and better than ever.
The crowds are gathering and the buzz is building. It's day one and we're diving straight in. We're on a mission to squeeze in as many highlights as possible. The sights, the sounds, and the people who make this event so special. So, where do we start at an event like this with so much going on? Simple. You just let your feet take the lead. A bit of wandering, a bit of nosing about, and before you know it, you're in the thick of it. It's less of a plan and more of an adventure. We've got all day, so no need to rush. Just follow the crowds, see what grabs your eye, and let the day unfold.
So, Nightingale, another wonderful collection of tours and gifts, and photography, and everything to do with wildlife. You know, there's so much on offer here. It is mind-boggling, overwhelming, but in a good way.
The tourism industry is here in droves, and if you're planning your next wild adventure, then look no further. Every corner of our beautiful planet is on show, from Brazil to Birmingham. There's a lot to take in, and I think my inner explorer might need calming down, possibly at the bar, although maybe it's a bit too early for that. From overwhelming your travel expenses to stretching your bank balance, this next location is hell for me. Welcome to the camera tent.
So this is the hobby tent. Now, if you're into cameras and you're wanting an update or you want to see what's new in the market, do not come here because there are too many temptations. They've got everything that you've ever wanted, from lenses to camera bodies to tripods to updates. It's a minefield, it really is. But it is brilliant. It's really good. Joking aside, you get to see everything on show here, which is awesome. Like if you go to a shop, you get a small display, you won't actually get, your hands on the majority of the product. But here, they've got all their flagships here. And yeah, I've kind of been very difficult. It's been very difficult for me not to spend any money. I have told my wife that I will not be spending any money. Of course I lied to her. But yeah, it's a very cool place. And yeah, if you're needing a camera, these are the places to come.
Right, lock up the wallet for my first talk.
Right. So I'm here on the Sigma stand with Tim, and with this wonderful thing. I'm just going to get Tim to talk us through a few of the features on this 300 to 600, is that right?
It is, yeah. 306 was f4, so it's a one of a kind, never been made before lens like this. So the idea is that it gives you kind of prime lens optical quality, but with the flexibility of a zoom and an f4 aperture throughout. So yeah, brilliant bit of kit, and I guess it's our kind of flagship sports and wildlife lens. Yeah.
And you've got some other features. You've got things like the drop-in filter system here as well.
Yes, so down here, drop-in filter system, so you can put various filters in there, polarizer, for example, or whatever. So that's really good. It doesn't have a front filter thread because the filter would just be too massive. So it's nice to be able to just pop a filter in that's only that size.
Yes.
Carry.
I mean, one of the big things is obviously price.
Yeah.
For a lens like this, I would automatically say this is a 5-figure piece of kit, but.
Yeah, I mean, there's nothing that you can directly compare it to because it's kind of quite a unique lens. But this type of lens, you're looking at sort of 10, 11, 12, 13 grand. That's kind of the ballpark.
Yeah.
This is coming in at 5,899, and it's every bit as good as a guy. I can see you tempted.
Sorry, Jane. Sorry, my wife. Sorry.
Yeah, and every bit as good. It's a brilliant lens, super sharp. So yeah, and in terms of features, just to just run through those. The tripod collar there that you can easily flick it into.
You can do that vertical. Yeah, that's cool.
And that's got a click, but you can also declick it here on a switch on the body here. It's got the usual AF MF focusing switch.
Yep.
Then we've got a focus limiter, so you can go full or 10 either side of 10 meters, so 10 to infinity or 10 to closest focus. It's got a 2-mode optical stabilizer. Mode 1 is for general use, mode 2 is for panning. And then it's got a custom mode switch, so you can customize the lens to your own setup.
Right.
It weighs in at just under 4 kilos, so pretty light. I would say it's just about hand holdable, probably. The foot here has a Arca Swiss type notch in it, so that you can just pop it straight on a tripod without the need for a plate.
Yeah, and a bit of grip on there as well for the.
Yes. Yeah, first time we've had that. So when you're carrying it around, it just gives you a bit more grip, and it's sort of slightly padded. It's kind of a soft rubber grip.
Yeah.
So it's really nice.
And the ring, like a switch almost, isn't it?
Yeah, so you can tweak focus with this, and you can also use it to preset focus and flick back to a certain point. So if you focus, if you're sort of waiting for a bird to land on a post or something, you can do other stuff and then very quickly just flick back to that particular focus
really
point. So that's really cool. And then there's these AFL buttons here which can be customized to. So on a Sony, for example, you can customize it to probably 100 different settings. So you can set it to some kind of AF setting or ISO or whatever it is.
Okay.
And the other cool thing is that it's got full weather sealing because it's a sports line lens. So you can use this in rain and difficult conditions, sandy conditions, that kind of thing. No problem. Yeah.
And so, how much trouble would I be in with my wife if I came back with this?
I mean, I think it'd be fine. Yeah, just blame it on me.
Okay. Tim, he made me do it. So yeah, thank you, Tim.
Yeah, no worries.
It's a glorious day. Maybe a bit too glorious at 20 degrees already. Perfect for hauling a 20-kilogram camera all day. But with everyone in good spirits, I shouldn't complain really. I'm heading for the Osprey tent for my first round of talks, from TV presenters to naturalists. It's a brilliant way to get the inside scoop from industry pros and wildlife gurus. Watching the crowd's reactions, it's clear this kind of face-to-face sharing beats any online search. Human connection matters, and nothing tops a bit of real-life exposure. We'll be back in the Osprey tent a bit later, but for now, hello. We've got a meeting with a charming young chap to hear his fresh take on birding and life as a young naturalist.
We are recording.
Okay.
Thank you for sparing your time.
It's fine.
I know you're in between talks, aren't you? So
Yeah.
so give us your full name and your age.
I'm Hugh Pollard, and I'm 14 years old.
Did you say 40?
14. one of the new ones.
Right. Now that's fantastic. So how did you get into wildlife?
Well, I mean, it started in lockdown, to be honest. Just picked up a pair of my old grandfather's, binoculars and looked out near the world outside and found pigeons interesting, which, is hard to believe now, but no, they were captivating back then, yeah.
Yes. So you've kind of progressed with your learning through books and the internet.
Oh yeah, and probably learned the hard way. A lot of misreading books, a lot of skimming.
Yes.
And a lot of embarrassing misidentifications in front of quite a few birders. Yeah.
That's join the crew.
Exactly.
Everybody's the same.
Exactly.
So
We all make mistakes.
Yeah, exactly. So how are you enjoying Birdfair?
Oh, it's absolutely amazing. One thing I've actually noticed is that I thought there wouldn't be many here, but there's actually quite a few young birders. I'm noticing more and more by the minute. It's quite good. And yeah. I mean, there could be more, of course. The ratio could be a little more even out, you know.
Yeah.
Next generation guys. But
any ideas on how we can expand it into that kind of demographic, younger people?
I think it's a lot more including more young people in talks, which they've actually nailed this time. There's quite a few young people doing talks, and of course a massive thing is including them in reintroduction projects and things like that.
Yeah. Okay, that's cool. Yeah, and you've met a lot of people here networking and
there's a lot of people. I could reel off a list if you want to be sick.
Well, yeah. Who's been your favourite?
Oh, definitely, without a doubt. Shout out if you're watching this, Stephen Moss. He's been absolutely tremendous, really friendly for the first time I met him. And he's helping. It said he would help me out in any way he could.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, he's very, very, very charming person.
I think it's because of how young you are and how enthusiastic you are.
Age can be on your side.
Yeah, it can be. Yeah, and people love that positivity and obviously pushing it for the kids and growing it as a it is a slightly older demographic that we're seeing here,
and that's absolutely fine. I mean,
but
I'm not saying less old people. I'm saying more young.
Yes.
So.
Yeah. Exactly. And you're doing a talk after this as well, aren't you?
Yeah,
I am. I'm a young conservation sub. Yeah.
Wow. And what's your topic? Is it just
analysing 5 years of hard knocks and highs and lows and giving other birders, young birders, a shortcut.
Yes. Yeah.
What I had to learn over 5 years.
Yeah. I know we had a conversation about social media, didn't we, earlier?
Yeah.
So, and you don't really do social media.
Not a fan.
Which is, it's a big topic.
Yeah.
And actually a very positive topic that you don't have to have social media.
Exactly. I don't know why you should have to have social media to be known in the birding world. I absolutely fine to have social media.
Yeah.
It's a personal preference. I prefer making connections face to face.
So this is your social media.
This is the time to be social. Exactly. Yeah. There's so much negative. There's actually quite a lot moral negativity on social media.
Yeah.
And you suddenly realise that if you're on social media, you could be literally talking to your troll.
Yes. Oh yeah.
So there's so many hidden identities.
It's a dangerous world, but you're in good hands here.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. And it's been great to speak to you. And it's great to see your demographic coming in and then.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Well, enjoy the rest of your day. I hope the speech goes well.
Yeah, I hope it will as well.
What a wholesome young man. Makes you feel kind of hopeful for the future. Where to next, I hear you ask? Well, you can't come to Birdfair without checking out the Optik's tent, can you?
So this is the Falcon tent. A lot of Optik companies here, including Leica and Swarovski, Viking, Zeiss. They're all here. It's a great, and again, another great opportunity to actually get your hands on product to have a look at it. And there's, everybody wants to help you. Of course, they're salespeople, but they all, want to give you a guiding hand to make the right choices in what gear to buy. But yeah, this is the lovely Swarovski Optik stand, which is obviously always so beautiful. Really lovely stuff. We're on the awesome Swarovski Optik stand. There you go. And so these are my favourite binoculars ever. And you've got them in a new colourway. Yeah. So give us a bit of an overview on the NL Pures.
Yeah, so NL Pure, obviously, it is really, really known for the wider field of view that is possible with the NL Pure. It really is best in class in terms of the wide field of view that you get. Also the design in terms of the ergonomics is new. Yeah. So it really fits nicely in your hands.
Yeah.
And I feel like people, really notice that when they come and pick up the NL Pure and give it a go.
Yes.
The other thing is that there is an option where you can also get a full headrest to use with the NL Pure as well.
Right.
And that really helps when you're using it for long periods
with
stabilization essentially. So, if you're having issues with handshake after long hours of use out in the field, these really help. This forepaper rest really helps to kind of counteract that handshaking. So in terms of the color, it's really cool for us to bring out a vibrant burnt orange color addition to the 42 objective size.
What's your favourite colour? Which one are you?
Personally, it is the burnt orange.
Oh, it is?
I have to say.
Yeah, I like the burnt orange. I think it's a cool colour, but green's always kind of like outdoors, and it's such a nice thing to have, isn't it? Something different.
Look, it's personal preference, and I think ultimately customers will choose what they prefer. But I love the burnt orange. I think in nature, there's so many vibrant colours that you can see, whether it's here at Rutland, whether it's at our rainforest in Costa Rica.
Yes.
There's so many colours to see in nature. And I think the burnt orange kind of represents that in a way. And that's what I particularly like about it.
Yeah, maybe kind of like the bright magentas might not go down so well, but I don't know. I think that looks lovely. It's a lovely piece of equipment.
Glad to agree.
But you're having a good show then?
Yeah, it's been awesome. It's been really great. It's a great opportunity for us to speak to so many wildlife lovers and birders, and it's been great. It's been busy. It's been nothing but positive vibes from the community. So we've thoroughly enjoyed it.
And been very warm.
Yeah, I think Friday was in particular. Maybe slightly too warm.
Yes,
it's
maybe.
fair to say.
Yeah.
No, it's been good, and a lot more comfortable, shall we say, over the last couple of days.
Yes, yeah, right. It's been a really great event, and awesome products to look at. So,
thank you, Simon.
no worries.
Right, time for a sit down. I think as 11s approaches, where better to park myself than the awesome Swarovski Optik podcast stage. Let the coffee begin. Great talks from rising media stars and conservationists help pass the time. And as the day heats up, so do my meetings. Next up, an intriguing content creator and self-confessed biscuit lover.
We're on.
We're in. We're going.
Cookie and Wildlife.
Yes, that's me. Hello, how are we going?
Give us a bit of a rundown of you.
It's me. Okay, so I'm a wildlife content creator. I've been full-time now since October 2023. I search for and find the rare and elusive, or the things that shouldn't be here in the UK, which I've come to call animal anomalies.
Right.
Like wallabies, scorpions and stick insects and all that.
Wallabies.
Yeah, little fuzzy kangaroos, they're knocking about. They're good. I love them.
Yes.
Yeah, so they're one of my favourites. We also got kookaburra as well.
Right, okay.
Just taking the Australian stuff.
What, escapees?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. Pretty much all of these things are escapees. But stick insects, they came on boats from New Zealand, so like tree ferns and stuff like that.
Yeah.
There's different cases like that. There's a fellow called Walter Rothschild who decided he liked a load of stuff, so he had a load of stuff. There's one thing in particular called a gliss,
right?
Edible dormouse.
Right.
It's like it almost looks like a flying squirrel.
Have you tried that?
No, I have not. I don't. It's not for me that. But he introduced them onto his estate. They spread around a place called Tring, so stuff like that. So many different stories, and cool. I love it. I just love all of those stories.
Yeah, that's cool. So you've always been into wildlife?
Yeah, man. Steve Owen was my hero. Absolutely loved him, and he really got me into it with his just passionate enthusiasm, man. He's so infectious. I don't know how you couldn't like him. I loved him. He got me into it, and then went from there.
Awesome. You've had a good show. I mean, Global Birdfair is amazing.
I love it. And so one of the big things for me is seeing other creators here, and people who I get to admire throughout the year. Yeah. Then I come to this event and I get to chat to them and speak to them and have a good time, and see people I haven't seen since the last event.
Yes.
So that's always quite nice as well. But so I'm working for Pulsar this time round.
Yes.
And being able to show off thermal imaging tech and stuff like that, love it.
Yeah.
It's been so cool for that. Yeah.
That's cool, man. It's cool, and it's a bright
It is very
future
bright. Yeah.
for wildlife. That's a good little, little slide in there. But yeah, there's lots of nice people, great community. Yeah, it's just a cool place to be, isn't it?
Quite a lot of young people I've seen here
Yeah.
this year as well, which is great. Like that's one thing I try and really push towards is getting young people to enjoy wildlife.
Yeah.
So very recently I've just done something with sharks, but like when I say that, people think, oh my god, big bitey sharks.
Yeah.
Not those kind of bitey sharks,
okay.
right? They're smaller, but I don't think people realise we have sharks here,
No.
and I don't think people realise how easy they are to see. So
Right.
10 metres, 15 metres off the coast of Falmouth.
We're not
it's
talking
like-
about jaws. I mean,
No. Nurse hounds and small spotted cat sharks.
Ah,
They're
okay.
the ones, but they're like what? Some of them can grow up to 5 feet. They're quite large.
Wow.
But
Okay.
I think the general public don't know we have sharks here.
Right,
And
okay.
they hear that and they're like, oh my god. But they're very sweet. They're very lovely looking, and you can get very close to them as well.
Okay.
And they're wicked. Yeah.
So that's kind of like one of your mission statements is to enlighten everybody.
And like through the animal anomaly thing of showing people wallabies, I think is such a shock factor.
Yeah,
And people
yeah.
are like, you what? What do you mean they're in the UK? But then they go to tell other people, and I think I like that about it.
Yeah.
Like, someone will show their friend down the pub, like, there's wallabies here. No, there isn't. Yes, there is. And then bang, they show them. And I think I like that about it. It gets people into it, I think. And I think showing how easy it is to enjoy wildlife is a really good thing as well.
Yeah. So what have we got coming up next? What, sharks? Is that the
Yeah,
next
so
thing?
I've never seen a shark, right? So like last week I saw my first ever shark, which was it's a small spotted cat shark and a nurse hound.
Right.
I was thrilled. I absolutely loved it.
Cool.
And I'm now hoping to see blue sharks.
Okay.
So an actual big bitey shark, right?
Right, proper,
So,
yeah.
the one you picture when I say shark. So I'm hoping to see some of them, which will be wicked.
Awesome.
Coming up soon, yeah, that'd be great.
Yeah. Cool. Well, we will look with bated breath, waiting for your next adventures.
Bless you, man. Yeah, no, it should be good, eh?
Yeah,
Should be good.
Cool, man. Good to meet you, mate.
Yeah, nice to meet you.
Global Birdfair are once again fundraising for BirdLife International, this year backing the Safeguarding Ocean Species campaign and SOS for seabirds in the South Pacific. The project's main focus is protecting albatross populations by educating and equipping the fishing industry with safer netting practices, helping safeguard these incredible giants of the sky and sea.
So I'm on the Birdlife stand here at the Global Bird Fair with Mark or Obi. Obi,
yeah.
Okay, Obi. Hey, so you're the main sponsors for the show, are you? That's right.
Yes. Well, yeah. Thank you very much. Yes, we're here really to sell the project on albatross that we're working on in the Pacific.
Yep.
I've come from Fiji. Just come back from Fiji. Been living there for 15 years practically now.
Wow.
And my colleague out there is doing a huge amount of fantastic work with this. But will be just a godsend for us to keep the project going. We're working on the big one, the Antipodean albatross, the one at the top.
Yeah.
And just to show, that's the biggest of the lot here.
Right.
And we actually get on the fishing vessels that come into Port of Suva in Fiji.
Yes.
They come into Suva, they unload their catch, they load up all their provisions, and then they go back out to sea. And when they're in port, what we like to do is to try and make sure they've got the equipment to minimise the likelihood of them catching these albatrosses.
Right.
So that's the kind of the aim of the project.
Okay.
It's fantastic. We have another component. What they require is, you can't see it.
Yeah, that's
bird
all right.
tory, that doesn't work, does it? Bird tory lines, which are bird scaring lines, go off the back of the vessels.
Yes.
We have people in Suva, young old ladies in Suva, who make these things for them,
Right.
so that when the fishermen come in for port and they say, we're going to go fishing down where the tuna is, which is where the albatross are,
Yes.
then they will take some of these bird scaring lines, to use to minimise the likelihood that they'll catch albatross
Right.
on their hooks and stuff. So that's
amazing.
So that's fantastic.
Yeah, that's fantastic, isn't it?
I'm the bloke who sits in an office. There's my colleague James, who's the Fijian guy, was a fisherman before he came working with us. He's been with us now for a while. But he's so experienced and knowledgeable about the fishing vessels.
Yeah.
And he knows when they're pulling the wool over his eyes.
Right,
And
right.
He's done it himself. So
Yes.
he's very smart on that and works with them. A lot of Chinese fishing vessels, a lot of Fijian fishing flagged vessels and stuff like that.
Yeah, so
it's a
Is there no regulation against using certain types of nets and?
Well, yes. I mean, if you're fishing in certain areas, or we know the albatross are,
Yes.
you have to put measures in place to minimise the likelihood
Yes.
that you're going. But it's days out of port before you even get there.
Right.
So there's not much policing of it.
Right,
yes?
okay,
So you can
yeah.
stay in port. Yeah, of course I do that. Yes, of course I do.
Right.
And then James goes on and says, well, how can you do the bird scaring line thing if you haven't got any bird scaring lines?
Yes.
And then they go, never heard of bird scaring.
Right.
And James can say, well, actually, and pull out of his back pocket one of these things because you can't see them,
Yeah.
but they're about 200 meters long or something like that.
Right.
And he'll say, right, okay, well, here's one I prepared earlier. You can take this with you and use this off the back of your vessel.
And then they've got no choice. They've got to.
Well, they can't avoid taking it.
Yes.
So at least they've got the kits.
Yes.
And then we hope that they actually use the kit to see if they and then those scaring lines go out. Then they drop their hooks in underneath the scaring lines, and the scaring lines stop the birds going across, so they don't go in for the hooks until the hook, and then the hook and the scaring line goes about 100 meters, and the hooks have gone down below 15 meters, so the birds can't get to it.
Right.
When if you see.
Okay. Yeah.
The hook lines are kilometers long, so
Right.
they're massive things.
Right. Oh,
Anyway,
blimey.
so
it's a wonderful project.
it's a fantastic project.
Yeah.
Yeah. And if we can, the albatross has been declining quite fast.
Right.
So we do need to do some work on it quite quickly.
Yeah.
Other projects that we've done in other parts, other oceans, have been very successful in this.
Right.
So what we would like to do is to expand those kind of successes into the Pacific arena. So that's
Wonderful.
That's the program. So fantastic. The Global Birdfair.
Yes. Yeah.
Tim and Penny and Co are doing all this wonderful work to make sure that give us an opportunity to put this into practice for a good period of time.
Okay. And how have you dealt with the heat?
What heat? I mean,
I saw you with the ice
okay,
cream.
had an ice cream. Yes, I have an ice cream. I'm looking, I'm wearing shorts. First time I've worn shorts at the bird fair, I think, ever. So,
Yes.
yeah, so there you go.
No, it's lovely, isn't it?
Well, it's totally different. And I get the feeling I'm going pink. And I think that's because I'm doing the camera. So,
But it's a lovely community, isn't it?
and it's fantastic. It is wonderful. It's very, such an open, positive community of people here. It's just a great bunch of folks to come and have a chat with, have a blether with, and cheer.
It's an incredible project as we slide into our next feature.
Yes.
Sorry.
Not even petrol sign. Sadly, I'm a
I'm definitely overlaying music as you do that.
Temperatures are creeping close to 30 degrees now, so a quick stop to Mr. Whippy is deservedly on the cards before I meander to one of the busiest stands at the event. The Global Birdfair's ringing team always draws a crowd, and this year is no different. It's incredible to watch and listen to our experts as they ring, register and check every species caught at Rutland today, including this rare and amazing grasshopper warbler. The care and attention they give these birds' well-being is truly heartwarming. Hats off to the volunteers for their dedication and passion. One of my favourite times of day is lunchtime, and there's plenty of options on the menu, even for those who shouldn't overindulge. Yes, you. Anyway, moving on, or sweltering on more like.
Now, this again is another dangerous place for me because I love art, and I'm in the puffin tent now, which is full of the most beautiful art on the market, all wildlife related in most cases. There's sculptures here, there's paintings, there's photography, there's all types of medium here, and most of it is here to sell, but it is an absolute joy to just look and take in all the options. It is incredible, absolutely.
handsome.
Hello. Hello. Hayley,
Hi.
you're an artist.
I am.
How would you describe your art?
Wire sculpture.
And that's it.
Yep. Single strand wire sculpture.
Right.
As opposed to chicken wire mesh sculptures that other artists use. Mine is just single strand.
Okay.
Of coloured copper wires, galvanised wires, stainless steel wires. A mixture.
Right, that's beautiful work.
Well, thank you
Really
very much.
beautiful. And do you just do birds? Is it just birds?
No, I do some mammals, mainly birds. Mainly birds. I have done a few four-legged creatures.
Right.
But obviously, they're not really birds. Coming to Birdfair, it's all about birds.
Very true, very true. But you've never done like a whole human or
No, don't do people.
No.
Only creatures.
Right, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
The largest, it was a giraffe, a horse, and an 8.5-foot wingspan sea eagle.
Wow.
They're the
Okay.
biggest.
Okay. So you probably can't see that they can't see this,
Okay.
but it's an absolutely beautiful piece of art. How long did that take you?
Bust a gut to get it ready. 5 weeks. 5 weeks solid. I was a bit worried I wouldn't get it finished in time, waiting for certain things, but I'm pleased with it.
It is beautiful. Again, but then all
Barn
your
owl's
stuff
one of my favourites to make.
Yes.
There's a few.
This one
Yeah,
here?
it's a slight albatross size one. They do look ridiculously large. But put it in the garden or the end of a meadow,
Yes.
and it shrinks down into the environment.
Lovely.
And they stand out really well.
So do you show anywhere else?
At shows that I'm personally at, not many. This one and a few smaller ones, but generally my work goes out to art sculpture gardens. So I have work that's there from April to September.
Okay.
So across the country.
And do you do commission work as well?
I do commission work.
Do you?
Bless them. They've all have a long wait. It was like not till end of August do I start the commissions.
okay. Any Star Wars?
So no, sorry. You're pulling out and
Awesome. But yeah, stunning work.
Thank you very much indeed.
It's good to see you again.
And you.
As the day rolls on, I catch up with one of the busiest and most influential voices in wildlife media.
Cool. Off the cuff. Easy. Easy. So, Mr. Robert Fuller, you
right, yeah.
are the most busiest man in the wildlife industry, are you not?
It feels like it, yeah. It feels like it a lot of the days. It's literally, my life is non-stop wildlife, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. Maybe get Christmas afternoon off to eat some food, eat too much. But apart from that, it's literally, 360 wildlife is all my waking hours.
Right.
And even when I'm asleep, I'm dreaming about wildlife.
So you've got obviously all the media stuff you do, but then you're an artist, an incredible artist.
Yeah.
So how do you juggle this?
I do juggle, that's the thing.
Right.
Yeah. So, quite often through the summer, I'll survive on about 5 hours sleep, and then the rest of the time I'm watching wildlife, filming it, painting it, I just love it. That's the thing about nature. You start filming one thing, and then it just leads on to another and another. So I start filming kingfishers at a nearby lake, start then filming the sparrowhawks, and then the swans nest in a reed bed. That led on to reed warblers, where the cuckoos nest in reed warblers' nest. And before you know
it's a journey.
Before you know it, you're there for 3 years filming all this incredible wildlife. Kingfishers hatching, eggs. I've seen it 5 times, 5 clutches. I've actually been there.
Wow.
Within centimetres of kingfishers hatching, and that is just the most incredible experience ever.
That is amazing. And you share it with all of us as well.
Yeah, that's it. Share it across all of my channels, YouTube,
amazing.
Facebook, Instagram.
Yeah.
And share it all for free. That's the important bit, is just to spread the beauty of nature.
Yeah, that's good. That's really nice.
Yeah, both here and obviously overseas as well.
Yes.
I work with companies like Wildfoot Travel.
Yeah.
have a great relationship. They send me away to incredible places around the world.
Cool.
The Arctic regions, which is very different to what we're experiencing at the moment. It's quite warm here.
Yeah, very warm.
So, I love the cold heat regions and the challenges they present. The weather, you feel alive, when you've got big winds and big seas. I love all of that.
Yeah. Do you like the challenge then as well?
I do, yeah. It gets harder though. I'm in 53 now, so the challenge gets harder each year, but I'm still, just absolutely love it. Love every moment.
That's cool. So how's the bird fair been for you this year?
Yeah, it's just such a community. I mean, you go around and you see all these smiling faces, companies you work with, Wildfoot Travel, Swarovski, Sony, all of these amazing companies that recognise what I'm doing, support what I'm doing. And it's just a pleasure meeting them each year. And
cool.
Yeah, but all the different people, people stop me and say hello, and that makes a huge difference to what I'm doing.
Yeah.
I'm sat in a hide somewhere, getting frustrated, trying to run 7 cameras at once, and my life is absolutely brilliant. But what it also is very frustrating at times, because I'm trying to capture all these different moments. I might have 3 nests that I need to film all at once.
Right.
And sometimes, I cover about 10 projects a year, UK projects, and it all happens at the same time.
You are the busiest man in wildlife. I keep saying it. Definitely is.
Yeah.
It's really lovely to meet you.
Yeah, but
and,
I love doing it.
Yeah.
Right,
Thank you very
care.
much indeed.
Cheers.
A slightly oversized chair for my slightly oversized bum. But as they say, there's no rest for the wicked. I've got a date with a bottle, or more to the point, to catch up with new and old friends. Global Birdfair isn't just about great gear and inspiring talks, it's about connecting with the incredible community that surrounds it. We're back in the Osprey tent, packed to the rafters for a talk with the brilliant Springwatch team, along with pioneering naturalists, and Tim, of course. Every speaker brings expert insight into the wonders of Mother Nature. I've met some amazing people today, but none nicer than my next guest.
My friend. Good to see you. How are you?
Good to see you too. Really, really good. It's been a fantastic weekend. I tell you what, the weather's been glorious.
It's been amazing.
What an incredible place. Lovely meeting like-minded people who are so passionate about wildlife and watching the talks and meeting up with people. It's been absolutely phenomenal.
It's been awesome. So your journey, obviously you're a fantastic wildlife photographer and you're making amazing vlogs. So where has that kind of stemmed from?
So I've always had a passion and a love for wildlife since I've been really, really little. An uncle of mine recognised, he lived next to a nature reserve, and when we used to go out to walk the dogs, he knew straight away that I love wildlife because I was always asking the questions.
Okay.
So one significant moment in my life where he took me to Simonjat and the peregrine falcons, it was 1982, the peregrine falcons had just started nesting successfully.
Awesome.
And he took me there and it was really busy because it was a big thing. And he said, look, it's too busy. I was only little, I couldn't see anything. So we went for a walk in the woods and we come back later that evening when everybody had gone. The peregrine falcon took off from the nest and it landed on the rocks, literally feet in front of us. And I got that first feeling of that dopamine rush that you get when something exciting happens. And from then on, that was it.
Yeah. And so it's kind of evolved. And I know you're into the big sort of the mental health side of it as well.
Yeah.
So give me a little insight into that.
Okay. So unfortunately, my parents separated when I was young. My dad went downhill massively with his mental health, and I went through quite a traumatic event that I don't want to go too much into. But when I was younger, as a young child, your brain deals with it in a couple of different ways. The way mine dealt with it, it locked it away, and I never dealt with it. I should have gone for counselling. I didn't. Unfortunately, that needs to be dealt with. 27 years later, it hit me hard. I went downhill and I ended up having a bit of a breakdown.
Yeah.
I was signed off work and I started to receive counselling.
Right.
My wife then gave me the best bit of advice she could have ever given me. She said, Mike, you love wildlife and you've got such a passion for it, but you never take photos. You bought a camera for me a year ago that I haven't used. Whilst you're off getting some therapy, why don't you use this as a form of therapy and go out and start taking photos?
Nice.
And that was the best thing I could have ever done. It was more powerful than sitting down with a therapist and going through what I needed to deal with, and it worked fantastic alongside.
So you found solace in nature.
Yeah, and you know, it saved me.
Right.
It absolutely saved me from the darkest point of my life to where it's taken me now. I set up an Instagram account. I started being open and honest about how I was feeling.
Yeah.
Men are absolutely terrible about talking. We don't show our vulnerable side, you know, we don't want to show our emotion.
Mike, have I told you I love you? There you go.
and me doing that on social media, I got such a positive response off people who were going, you don't realise, like, I felt like this, and you know, I think it's really brave of you to do this, and it grew from there, and you know, I've been very, very lucky.
And it's such a positive thing to promote.
Yeah.
You know, and also you're now working in it now, Apex.
Yeah, absolutely. We formed with Andy Green and Adam Dukes. We formed a podcast, WildX podcast. It's a fantastic podcast. You know, I know I'm very biased, but we use it to talk about nature. We interview some amazing guests from around the world. Yeah. You've been on it, Simon, and it was
so amazing.
But... absolutely amazing. But we also use it to talk about mental health, and I think that's really important. 3 guys talking about mental health is really, really important.
Yeah.
And then off the back of that, I set up Apex Adventures with Adam Dukes, where we take people around the world to different locations, stunning locations with amazing wildlife, and we help them develop their skills as photographers.
That is awesome. You're a super positive guy, Mike.
You've got to be positive.
It's always positive energy around Mike. It's just...
It's a really important thing to me, especially social media. I see so many negative things on social media.
Yeah.
I've made a pact to myself. I will never ever put a negative post up or do a negative story. I think it's really, really important to be positive. Yeah. And out of what happened to me, it was so negative, but such a positive thing has come out. So if you can take a positive from a negative, go that way. Go with the positive.
Yeah,
you know,
100%.
It's really important.
100%, mate. Well, thank you so much for your time, mate. And
it's been a pleasure.
We can hug because we're like men. We're like proper men who actually do show their feelings.
Yeah, absolutely. I cry on a regular basis. I'm fine with it.
Thank you, mate. It is still so warm, but unfortunately, we've come to the end of our wonderful, wonderful day at Global Birdfair.
Excuse me, have you forgotten someone?
I don't think so.
Are you sure about that?
Oh yeah, sorry.
Scooch over. Move over. Right, okay, there you go. Yeah, that's perfect, that's fine. Right, are you ready?
Yeah.
So, give us your name.
My name's Jamie and I'm a 9-year-old wildlife photographer.
Wow. Did you say 9?
Yes.
That's very, very young. So where have you learnt your art?
Well, it all started with a massive passion for dinosaurs, but when I found out that I wasn't able to see a real dinosaur, I then found out that birds and animals and insects are all related to dinosaurs. So that's where my passion for wildlife began.
Wow.
And I was using binoculars to focus on the animals, but I found it really hard getting a good look at them before it ran away or flew off.
Right.
So Dad asked if I'd like to use a camera, but I didn't want to drop the camera because I knew how expensive it was.
Yep.
But when I started getting pictures of sparrows in the bushes and things around the garden, I improved in my photography, and that's really where it all started.
Cool. That's really cool. Now you're a professional, yeah?
Well, I don't know.
What? you probably are a professional. Hang on a second. Too young for that. Too young for that. No. But so now you have your own camera. What do you have, like a big long lens and?
So I have a Nikon Z9 body for the wildlife.
Look at this.
But for the macro photography, as I've been loving my bugs recently, I use an OM1 Mark II body with a 90mm lens.
Wow.
And then for longer lens, a whole myriad of different lenses really for different circumstances.
Okay. So you're pretty proficient in what you do. You know your technology. Have you done like slow-mo and things like that?
Really, when I started, I mainly did just photography, but I'm trying to do more of the videography side of things.
That's cool. That is awesome.
Thank you.
I'm kind of intimidated. I don't really know where to go with it. I've been in media for like 30 years, and I'm kind of almost like sweating. I'm like, what do I say to you? But you love doing what you do, which is really good. And you want to sort of help people kind of get into wildlife and also photography as well.
Yes, I'd just love to show people how amazing wildlife is. And if they fall in love with the wildlife, they want to try and protect it. And if they protect it, then that's just the best thing ever, really.
That is.
Because wildlife is so important for our ecosystem, including the little bugs that I've been so passionate about recently. And here at the Global Birdfair, there are a lot of ladybirds and weevils and things around.
Yeah.
And they also put out a moth trap in the morning so you can see all the moths that come out. So I've been there almost every morning looking at the moths.
Wow, that's amazing. I'm in awe. I'm in awe, Mum and Dad. Amazing. So, what's the next thing for you? What are you going to do next? What's happening after the show? What are you going to do? School.
Well, I'm homeschooled, so I don't go to school.
Awesome. What a life. Podcast. Oh, podcast. Tell me about podcast.
Yeah, at the moment, we are editing a brand new video podcast that's going to be coming out.
Cool.
And it's really exciting. I can't wait for it to come out.
Awesome.
And it's called Eagle Hour.
Yep.
And there will be people from wildlife photographers to videographers to sports people, everyone that is passionate about wildlife.
Presenters?
Yeah, presenters too.
Perfect. That's perfect. Well, you're amazing. Absolutely amazing.
Thank you.
I kind of lost. I'm thinking, maybe I could just sort of teach you a little. You can teach me. How about that? That's the deal. Could be 5. What an incredible event. I mean, to meet so many wonderful people, and that's my big take from this, is the people. You know, communicating, talking, sharing, all that wonderful human connection. It's incredible. And you know what I take from an event like this, yes, I want to learn about cameras and filmmaking and talk to people in media, but actually things I learn here about conservation, messages, species, I just feel like I'm kind of enlightened. I think a really interesting chat I had earlier with young Hugh, 14 years old, not on social media, but loves conservation and wants to get more inclusive in the community and help out and sort of help develop, I think, more about the youth coming into this wonderful world. And it is a really important message, is how we keep our youngsters involved. You know, that's a huge thing for us. We want to be able to give them the ability to share and talk and meet other people. It doesn't have to all be done through social media. Obviously social media has its uses, but I think that human connection is so important. And for like the young Hugh, all he wants to do is obviously see lots of birds and expand his knowledge in that way, but to meet the right people, we just got to find ways to do that. You know, and events like this are prime. That ultimately for me is the way forward. We need to sort of bring more youngsters into this community and help them sort of develop and support us in our old age. It's been a fabulous, fabulous event, and it's only going to get bigger and better. Global Birdfair, what an awesome event.
Well, there you go. And to coin a phrase, we saved the best till last. We couldn't wrap this vlog up without a word from our brilliant hosts, could we?
How did the weekend go? Come on, Mr. Appleton.
I'm on my knees. It's
you're
been
not.
unbelievably successful. I think the atmosphere is just extraordinary. You can't actually bottle it. I'd love to bottle it and send it to every part of the world and say this is what conservation can do. This is the appeal that we, as bird watchers, as conservationists, as plant lovers, as insect lovers, and that's what we try to do here at Global Birdfair.
Yeah.
And I think we've achieved it. We've got so many diverse organisations working
There's a
here.
great group of people walking up here now. Cabs, they're amongst one of our amazing conservation organisations. We have Birdlife International right here. You just look around and there are some incredible... It gives you hope. The one message of hope that you can take away from here is a smiling face and someone who's positive enough to say, I can actually do something about a situation without being told what to do and find their own way. That's what I love about all these people.
Absolutely, and I think what I love about it that so many people are actually saying we're coming back next year on the 11th. 10th, 11th and 12th.
10th, we'll repeat that. The 10th, 11th and 12th of July, 2026, right here at Linden Top. And also there's a blue shirt walking by. We can call ourselves blue shirts. The volunteers have been awesome. Absolutely incredible. We've got a brilliant, neat, tidy site. Everyone's commented on it and everyone thinks that the volunteers make the event, which we do as well. But it's quite a long journey the next 2 weeks in terms of making this site completely right again.
Absolutely, and I think that's what we've been so cautious about. This is an incredibly important site for the local economy.
Yeah.
You know, the owner, Richard B. and his family, give us this site over a period of nearly 18 days, something like that. And it means that's 18 days they can't put caravanners on it. But now I think they're completely sold, don't you?
I hope so. We've told everybody that next year we'll be back here on the 10th, 11th and 12th of July. So if they haven't been completely sold on it, we're a little bit up the what's it.
Yeah, well, exactly. And even better, Richard B said, yes, we can come back next year.
Perfect.
Fantastic.
So people have already booked their accommodation, they've been saying.
Incredible, absolutely.
Before we'd actually announced it, they were guessing the date. This can be a new challenge, like the pub quiz last night. Guess the date of the next bird fair.
Yeah.
Actually,
Well,
that's a really good challenge.
Around the hotels, bed and breakfast, Airbnbs, the owners are rubbing their hands together, thinking, wow, I've got them for next year as well. So.
And can I put a shout out to a lot of people who are on the guest side of this event, because they give their time. People like Simon McCabe, who's the other side of that camera, and he gives his time, comes and makes the most fantastic footage of the event, which encapsulates the spirit. Somehow he manages to do that, and I'm not quite sure how, but it's genius, absolute genius. So thanks to people like Simon and to the other people who actually put shout outs about the event, because without them, I can't do it all. You certainly can't do it all. But we just really appreciate everybody's support for the whole event, whatever aspect it is. So brilliant. Thank you, everybody. And we'll see you all next year.
Thank you.
See you next year.